News of the bombings brought mixed emotions to thousands of Iranian-Americans in the Charlotte area. WBTV's Forrest Tucker is joining us live from the newsroom. Now, Forrest, you spoke with one member of that community who has been in the United States for almost 50 years, and he's optimistic Iran can once go back to the way it was when he left.
Yeah, Dalford, he is. He's very optimistic. His name is Shahram Mazhari. He remembers when his home nation, in his words, celebrated its cultural values, worked to educate its people, and had a strong economy. He says that the efforts of the Iranian diaspora have helped their friends and family back in Iran achieve what they hope is unprecedented progress.
As we've been able to get in touch with them today sporadically, they're all safe. And many other are dancing on the streets right now.
Shahram Mazhari is thankful his family in Tehran suburbs is safe and joyful after the U.S. and Israel bombed several targets in his home country on Saturday. The highs also come with some lows.
Nobody likes their country to be attacked. When September 11 happened here, I was crying the same as I was crying this morning.
But after the decades of wondering when the oppressive Islamic regime would end, Shahram and his family think one day has become today.
And with the bravery and the intelligence that the Iranian people exhibited in the past month or so, they showed to the entire world that they're capable of running the country on their own. They just needed a little push, and the push came last night.
The massive uprising from millions of Iranians across the world, combined with the reported death of the nation's leader, sparked new hope for a change in regime, meaning a secular government and elections.
We kind of showed to the entire world that we are united, we're one voice, and we are the voice of the voiceless in Iran.
Those voices are being heard by lawmakers from North Carolina and Washington. Senators Tom Tillis and Ted Budd both releasing statements in support of the strikes to destroy the threat Iran's dictatorship posed to its own people, the United States, and the Middle East.
That the bright future for all Iranians.
Back in the Queen City, Mazhari calls the community forward and to action.
We want them to continue to support our democracy in Iran. We want them to support the rule of law. We want them to support getting rid of a terrorist regime.
The hope for Iranians across the world is that Reza Pahlavi, the former crown prince of Iran living in exile in the U.S., can lead the country through a period of transition. Live in the newsroom, Forrest Tucker, WBTV, on your side.
South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham also praising the action, saying, quote, "I am confident this operation will be successful and the liberation of the long-suffering people of Iran is at hand." On the other side of the aisle, Representative Alma Adams says she recognizes the threat Iran poses and its human rights violations, but says, quote, "Without clear and pressing need, the president must seek authorization from Congress before launching any use of military force that could constitute war," end quote. And from Times Square to Pennsylvania Avenue, Americans are taking to the streets. Protesters say they are against any further action in Iran, and the U.S. does not need to enter into a war in the Middle East.
The United States is wasting trillions of dollars, $1 trillion every year, so billions of dollars all the time, every day, on foreign wars that don't do anything for us, that don't benefit us.
Meanwhile, in California, people were dancing in the street, happy about the military action. This group of Iranian-Americans held the impromptu rally in Los Angeles and chanted, "Thank you, Bibi," referring to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The U.S. last struck Iran less than a year ago in Operation Midnight Hammer. Back in June, massive bombs were dropped on 3 Iranian nuclear sites. A team of military bombers flew 18 hours from their base in Missouri to Iran for that attack. In this story, it's one we're going to continue following. As we get updates from the White House, we'll bring you the latest on air and online, so be sure you download our free WBTV News app and turn on notifications for the latest.